Hey guys, Fishing BC with CJ back with another video. It's been quite some time since I've put some content out. Behind me, I don't know if you can notice, but I'm no longer at home. There's no Christmas tree behind me. I'm not at the dining room table. I'm actually moved into university in Abbotsford. I've got a small little neat video lined up for you guys today. I've got a couple photos from the Vedder, a time lapse of me getting gear ready, a small gear dump, and a video of me with a chum hooked up on the Spey rod on the Harrison. Hope you guys enjoyed the video today. So when you guys see me do that time lapse, all I'm doing there is just tying bead leaderboards. It's nothing crazy. So your standard egg loop knot, hard peg your beads with trout pegs or toothpick, BNR pegs for your soft beads. Keep the leaders short, 16 to 18 inches, and you're fishing basically next time you go out, you're good to go. I tie up about 3 or 4 of these and then I bring them with me.
Casey, what's going on down here? On the swing, eh? Look at the place he's fishing. Like, fish on. Is it dogging you? What's the prediction?
I want to say it's not a Chinook because it's not in the water.
Yeah.
Shallow for that. I think it's just a jump.
Okay.
So on its setting like that, this is heavy.
Man, that's nice, Casey. That's so awesome. You caught one. This is great water, eh? Yeah, you will, you will, you will. What are you running, the OPSTs? Okay.
Big boy hooks.
Okay.
None of that small stuff. You're fishing for big fresh bass. I ain't gonna skin it. I'm not
Yeah. My dad's chatting it up with like the old geezer.
maybe that is there's no way I did it.
Hold on, hold on.
I saw the color, but that one.
Chum.
No, it's a jump.
It's a chum.
It's a big one.
It's nice. It's a beauty. It's a beauty, Casey.
Finally found one willing to eat.
Yeah. That's so sick.
I'm not gonna reel in any, and like once it turns blue, I'm not gonna reel in.
Yeah. You want to tell him why? Just so you can tailor?
It's just like you don't have enough line out there to swim through that.
Oh, okay. I see.
So gear dump time. I'm not going to do a full gear dump because my float rod and my Twitch spoon spinner rod hasn't changed at all. Mainly want to talk about gear for the Harrison, Spey rods in particular. So when I was up there, actually, I got a chance to swing, and I got a chance to fish my 7 weight, 13.5 foot Sage Sonic. Oh man, I was undergunned. Like I got my ass handed to me by some big gnarly drum. If you're gonna go up there, I recommend going up there with an 8 weight or a 9 weight 14 footer. You gotta fish heavy tips, big flies, big skagit heads. And it's also pretty windy. At least when I was up there, it was really windy. So definitely having those heavier skagit heads definitely helps cut through that wind. I would definitely suggest the Rio Skagit Max Power. So that is Rio's 20-foot Skagit head, or the Airflow Skagit Scout, which is basically the same thing as the Skagit Max Power. For your 8 weights, that's going to be like a 575 or 600 grain variation. For your 9 weight, anything from a 600 to 650. I fished 12.5 feet of T14, so that's a 175 grain tip. Never expected to cast out on a 7 weight. That's usually like 8 weight, 9 weight territory, but that's what you kind of got to fish up there. You got to get down and you got to stay down. If you're fishing too light, your fly just rises back up basically, and you're not fishing. You're just swinging over all of them. You're not staying down in front of them. When it comes to reel, um, I was fishing a Hardy Marquee disc 9, 10, 11. It's the old Hardy Marquee with the disc drag system, not the new click and pulls. Um, but the gist of what reel you want to use is you want to use something big with uh, capacity of at least 175 yards backing, um, or whether that be 30-pound Dacron or 65-pound GSP. Solid drag systems. You don't want your click and pulls, otherwise you'll be running down 3, 4 gravel bars before you land your fish. A good example of reels would be something like the Ross CLA6 right here. This is good for an 8 weight. I have right now 200 yards of 30-pound Dacron. Another good option would be the Hardy CADD 10,000 series. So it's a 10, 11, 12. So your 9 weight, 10 weight. That's me, this guy here. This has 215 yards of 30-pound Dacron. Dacron's cheaper than GSP, that's why I run it. If you want to run GSP, go for it. It just costs a lot more to get spooled on per yard. Flies. I was swinging primarily for chum, so purple, pink chartreuse. I fished a handful of tubes, couple shanks, 1 or 2 traditionals, just like on a standard hook, nothing else. Fish whatever you want, just have the colors, that's it. So, as I said, purple, pink, chartreuse for chums, for cohos. I was fishing like the same thing I would fish for Chinooks, just smaller, so black and blues, blues and greens. Um, what else? Prawny stuff, like your typical Chinook flies. Let me grab a couple I can show you guys what I'm talking about. One of the tubes that did really well for me, shout out to Jordan from Pacific Angler. Um, Rabbit tube that he tied, rabbit strip out the back, 2 pieces of, I think like a piece of marabou, slightly weighted. That was putting in work for me. That fished really well. But that's basically my box of flies that I use right there. As you can see, I got a shit ton of hooks in there. The hooks, I predominantly use OPSD swing hooks. They're just the best for swinging. They are a thick gauge hook, so they don't bend out and they're sticky sharp. So yeah, and then here's a bunch of intruders and stuff. So as you can see, there's actually a shit ton of flies in here. My pinks and my black and blues, those are all my steelhead flies. And I got like black and greens for like chum and chinook. I got some black and reds, some nightmares, some purples, blue and green, a couple of whites and random other colors. But that's predominantly my entire fly box of what I use. I think if I were to go up back up there, actually not think, I know I will head up there. Next time I go up there, either take like an 8 weight, 13.5 foot, or a 9 weight for sure. That's what I'd fish. It's a lot more comfortable, especially in the wind and big fish, heavy tips, stuff like that. I think my ideal setup would be if I can say like specifically rod, reel, lines and stuff like that. I would probably fish a 9 weight, 14 foot, 9 weight, 14 foot Sage X probably. It's a fast action rod, but it's got a lot of power in the lower section, so a lot of power in the reserve, I guess you could say. The reel I would put on there, it would probably be my Hardy Marquee Disc 9 to 11 because it bounces out those long rods really nicely because it's really heavy. Line I would put on there on the 9 weight, probably a 625 grain Rio Skagit Max Launch, not the power, just because on the longer rods, even though I said short rods, short heads are nice on long rods, personally for me, I like something a little longer. So I think that'd be like the 25-foot head, 625 grain, standard Skagit, and then sink tip, stuff like that wouldn't change. Business end fly. I think I was only to fish 1 fly the entire day for all of the species. Shit. Let me take a look real quick. It's too many flies to choose from, guys. So just give me a second here. Oh shit. I think that's the one. No, that's not the one. Gee, yeah, that is the one. Fuck it. I fished something like a somewhat smaller intruder. I wouldn't quite say micro. It's not quite micro. Pink head. I'd say it's medium weight head. Purple and pink. That is what I would use for chum. For Chinooks, I would fish Gordon's tube fly. I don't know if we have any of these at the shop anymore. I doubt it. That's that. We actually saw, or Cameron said he saw, a either late summer run or a super early winter run, because I know the Harrison flows into the outlet, or the outlet flows into the Harrison. But for if there's a steelhead in there that he truly saw, I would either fish, fuck, one of these two tubes. This right here is the prawn crawler, I believe, or no, the choking black and blue. That's what it is. It's a prawn style, pink dubbing in the back, black and blue. Traditional steelhead fly, or I'd fish this night crawler. It's actually really hard to see because it's still wet from my last trip out, but it's got blue flashaboo in there. So there's long strands of blue flash, blue and black and pink basically is predominantly what it is. So for what if I fish there for steelhead in the winter, big water steelhead, that's what I'd use. But aside from that, that ends the Spey rod gear dump. Definitely though, if you guys have the chance to get out there and swing, go for it. It's a lot of fun. There are still more fish pushing in. It's this early second week of October. So definitely get out there. It's going to fish well into like I want to say early November before it tapers off pretty good. So go out there, swing some fish, and if you get into fish, be sure to send me photos. Hey guys, just want to thank you guys for watching today's video. Down below, I will link the rods and the reels that I use to their respective company websites. So if that's a Sage Sonic, I will link the Firebank website, Loomis, etc. Um, be sure to please hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost any money. It's free, man. So why not just help a brother out? Like the video, leave a comment, and I'm sure I will probably see a handful of you at the Coho Derby on the 15th this Saturday. If not, give me a shout. I'd love to fish with a handful of you guys at some point. Take care out there.